Hi everybody, I am going to talk about climate change, which is very important problem as on today. You may ask one question, that what is the necessity that we have to talk climate change now when the entire world is experiencing third wave of COVID-19? I feel that it is equally important that we have to talk more and we have to focus on the climate change and its impact. Otherwise, our survival will be questioned. So that's the reason why. The climate change increasingly felt across the economics of the world. The glaring example is that Europe experienced the worst of climate change in the centuries. China now suffering from the recent floods, and that too in an ultra modern infrastructural setting. In India, Himachal Pradesh experienced two devastation within a short period of 20 days, and most of the cities are experiencing flood, downpour, heat wave. And in Lytton in Canada, so they experienced 51 degrees Celsius. My goodness, unimaginable. So this is a time that we have to talk. Very recently, more than 100 scientists recommended to the entire world the climate change should be treated like a war food. It should be declared as an emergency. So that is the real problem of this climate change. Then from these recommendations you can understand how important that we have to talk. Here and there some activities are going place, no doubt. But when we compare to the volume of greenhouse gas being let into the atmosphere, these activities won't mitigate, that won't bring back the previous environment what we had a century back. So therefore, we have to focus our attention and we have to bring more action oriented program. That is very important. That's why I would like to talk on this subject. And here when we talk about this climate change, it is a man-made problem. Everyone saying that, all the experts wants that, already observed that it is a man-made problem. The man includes two things. One is the industry, another one is the households, maybe individuals. The industry, what they have to do? The industry must have an understanding that unless otherwise they have a healthy environment, continuous supply from the environment, they cannot sustain the business. They are manufacturing the products or services by using the natural resources. Therefore, they must have an understanding that nature is the only supplier. Without nature, they cannot survive. This understanding certainly will give them to go beyond the boundaries of compliance. I would like to apply and I would like to appeal to all the industries that they should go beyond the compliance. They should cross the boundaries of compliance, and a voluntary or a proactive involvement is very important. How they can do? While conceiving the idea, while using the energy, while expanding their industry, they can think in terms of environmentally friendly activities. They can think in terms of a green product. They can think in terms of using green energy. They can use a technology which use less resources and coming out with more product. Or the mantra is that less resources, more product. In that way they can think. One glaring example I would like to give. While conceiving the product, you can very well incorporate the idea of green energy. For an example, wind energy or solar energy. While conceiving the product, you may think use of green chemicals as one of the ingredients. In that way, you are doing a great service to the mother nature. In that way, you are doing great service to yourself. That means you can sustain the business for a long. In that way, you can do. Then on the other hand, the households or individuals. The emission of greenhouse gas is not only caused by industry. Industries are acting or coming out products and services which are meant for satisfying the needs and wants of the individuals only. So this understanding should be there for the individuals also. So when we are finding fault with the industry alone, that is not a proper. Industries are functioning or coming out with products and services which are satisfying the needs and wants of the people. So therefore, the needs and wants of the individuals, the households are playing a very, very important role. When they reduce their requirements, when they reduce their needs, when they reduce their wants, certainly it will make a great change. When they shift their attention from their present environmentally damaging product to environmentally friendly product, then this prompt the industry to go for environmentally friendly product. Then judicial use of natural resources. For an example, when you are using energy, when you are using bulbs unnecessarily in the house, when you are wasting water, then you can very well think of reducing the use of natural resources. You know, already 50% of the world population is not getting the potable drinking water. So that is the real situations you have to understand. Then 70% of the energy we are using based on fossil fuels. So that is also one of the reasons why we are not able to reduce the greenhouse gas being emitted into the atmosphere. So why don't we think of using green vehicles, green products, green services, green consumption. So therefore, I would like to put here a word sustainable consumption. People can very well think in terms of sustainable consumption. Sustainable consumption is a consumption which causes less damage to the environment at the same time which satisfies your needs and wants. So when you are practicing this sustainable consumption in your home, then this will make a great change. Then another one is that global warming and climate change problem is supposed to be discussed not only in the academic circle. So not only topic for school children to come out with essays. Then what else? It should be talked by politicians, top political leaders and the policy makers, bureaucrats. They have to very frequently talk and they have to come out with the policy to address the problems caused by the climate change. That is very, very important. So therefore, I appeal to all the political parties in our country, you encourage your political leaders, the political boss in the country to talk more and more on climate change. Then another one is that those industries having resources, they can very well use their R&D and come out with the green product. Industries not having that kind of facilities, they can very well interact with the research institutions and the universities of our country. Here I would like to appeal all the vice chancellors kindly think in terms of introducing or establishing a interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary department. Here different departments and their energies can very well harness. When we are combining the different department knowledge, certainly that will come out with a new product that may very well consume less energy, then very well come out with a environmentally friendly product. That means that they may emit less greenhouse gas. In that way, universities also should come forward to invite industries and they can seriously do the research. Instead of just industry institutions interaction, they can very well come out with particular or they can very well act on a specific product, on specific services, very particularly those products, those services which reduces the greenhouse gas. Of course, see for an example, universities and industries you can very well join together and come out with a less cost solar panel. So we very badly need it. In that way, you can think many products. We need a lot of thousands and thousands of products which are using in our day-to-day life, and those products are fuel based only. So why don't we come out with a new technology, new ingredient which are environmentally friendly? In that way, institutions, research institutions can very well work. Therefore, this is a high time that each and every unit of our country should think and work in terms of environmentally friendly activities. Therefore, industries, institutions and political leaders, they all should work together. In other words, what I would like to emphasize here is that a multi-pronged approach is very, very important. Unless otherwise we are all joined together and work together, then certainly we cannot sustain our business. We cannot pass a decent or good amount of resources to our future generations. Totally our life will be put in dark. So to avoid all these things, let us think, let us focus on climate change and come out with an action oriented program. If we think it is possible, we can work and we can set a model to the rest of the world, and the leadership, right leadership is essential. More and more green leaders should come forward, and these green leaders is supposed to be encouraged. Unless otherwise, if it is done, then certainly we are on the disadvantages side as far as the conserving and protecting the natural resources. Therefore, I would like to appeal once again to all concerned. It is a time that we have to act and focus the attention on climate change related issues so that we can save the only earth of this planet. Thank you very much.